I talk about politics a lot on this channel, but that's only because I need it to be known that there's a perspective of politics out there that is. I just want my perspective to be as not necessarily validated, but just I just want to be able to know that I said these things. I just want to be able to say that, and I can't stress this enough, y'all. Both sides are bad doesn't work on me. It just don't. Like I first of all, let me just start this off by saying this. I don't believe that there's only two sides. I believe that there's multiple sides, and like you only want to take bring attention to only two, so you can say one is better than the other and use that as a way to kind of like if you say both sides are bad, I immediately don't take you seriously. And I can't stress this enough, y'all. I'm not a liberal. I'm not of the left. I have no clue what it means to be a Democrat. Which is I don't claim it. You know what I'm saying? And even if I did, I couldn't be 100% devoted to the Democrats anyway because of Menendez, Manchin, Cinema, historical, like the Democrats and historical references and all that, even before the Southern strategy had set in, among many other reasons. I'm not of the left. So you can't so when I say I don't like Republicans and the first thing you immediately say is, well, the left is bad too. I I don't care. Like this is not a sport for me. Okay, this is not a team sport. I don't have on a jersey saying this is my team. I support them because, and I can't stress this part enough. I support nothing as far as politics is concerned. I just hate Republicans. Well, I don't want to say I hate Republicans because hate would mean that I want harm to come to them, and I don't want harm to come to them. I just want them to not have power anymore. The big reason why I have such a staunch aversion and an abhorrence towards Republicans and right wingers is simply because I encounter them more. And the ones I've encountered are genuinely awful people. Or rather, a few of the Republicans that I've encountered, which I can't stress enough, I encounter more of, are genuinely terrible people. To put this in perspective, the worst I ever got from liberals is just simply being told that I don't care enough about certain issues to talk about any issues. Right? That's the only issue I ever got from them. And I'm still going to talk about it. You know what I mean? Because they don't go out of their way to basically say, well, you shouldn't, and we're going to follow you until we tell you that you shouldn't, and we're going to keep. No, no, no. I have one issue with them, and then they just go away. All right? Meanwhile, on the other side, Republicans are literally doing a hostile takeover of the country just so they can bring slavery back. I mean, which one is worse? Somebody saying you don't care enough about issues, so you should stop talking about issues, or somebody literally trying to bring back slavery? Think about it real quick. They're trying to make poverty illegal while also increasing prices on everything while not increasing wages. They're trying to make homelessness illegal. They're trying to make it so that if you're poor, you immediately go to jail. And guess what's legal in jail? I know it sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, and trust me, I want to be wrong about this, but the only people that are basically saying that I'm going to be wrong about this are people who voted for it to begin with. I can't stress enough how I'm Southern born. I'm born in the South. I've lived in the South all my life. I'm practically surrounded by Republicans offline, and I encounter most of them online because of the stuff that I do. And in the process of me encountering the majority of these Republicans, some of them in person actually come off as genuinely kind and well-meaning people. But my issue is that while some of them come off as decent folk, that doesn't stop them from calling out their more bigoted counterparts. To put this in perspective, there's people out there who call themselves good Christians, and I don't care if you're black, brown, or purple. I'm gonna support you. We're shit all for all Americans. All Americans need to. Yeah, but what about the immigrants though? Muslims, the LGBTQ community, them too, right? This lip service. At the end of the day, that's also lip service. Well, I don't really think they're that bad. I don't do anything like this. But it's even if you're an isolated person in that community, the fact of the matter is that there's people in your community that want to hurt those people, and rather than tell them to chill out with that crap or to just sort of shame them for being the way that they are, you just say, well, I mean, they won't get what the stuff that those guys want is not going to actually happen anyway. It's not even, but it shouldn't be that. It should just simply be, why do the guys who want to do this stuff support the same people that you support? At some point, you know what I'm saying? To put this in perspective, Like if I say that I don't like Republicans because of the few that like the Republicans that I encountered that they say fairly unfavorable things about black people, I'm told to stop disliking Republicans because not all Republicans are like that. Sound familiar? Like rather than them as a party basically saying we got to weed out the people that are making us look bad, they're basically saying I should just like them because of reasons, right? And it's just like it's like well well we're not all like that, so you should like all of us because to rule out the ones that no I'm not. Like as a matter, I'm putting a light on because like if you once again I can't stress this enough. If you ignore your oppressors, they won't ever think that they're doing any oppressing. If you ignore your bullies, they'll never think that they're bullying people. They'll just think that what they're doing is normal. I'm not trying to normalize anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting people know straight off rip. This thing that you're doing, I don't like it. And if it makes me seem feminine or beta or weak or whatever, yeah. It's like you can't shame the same party as people that have told like you can't share the same party as people that have told me that they can't wait to own me and then say, well, there's some nice ones too. And expect me to be like, wow, I'm sorry, that's not how I operate. You know what I'm saying? I like there's nice alligators. That doesn't mean like there's nice alligators that probably won't eat you or they probably won't bite you. But you're not gonna look at an alligator and be like there's nice spiders out there. There's spiders in general eat bugs that annoy you. But if you see a spider, you're going to your natural reaction is going to be to freak out. There's a lot of things out there that are actually nice, beneficial, kind, helpful, and all this other stuff. But if you have an aversion towards them, then your initial reaction is not gonna be, well, there are some good ones too. No, you're gonna be like, nah, get that away from me. And that's kind of how I feel about Republicans because of the Republicans that I have encountered for years. Once again, I'm Southern. I'm from the South. I live in the South right now. You can't just be like, well, there are some nice ones and expect me to be like, yeah, no. And then, like, to make matters even worse, then they go the completely other way and be like, well, actually, the other side is worse anyway. Bro, I don't care about the other side. I'm not of the other side. I'm not, like, if disliking Republicans was all it took to be a liberal or a Democrat or whatever, if disliking Republicans, then there's a lot of people you should be calling Republican who do the exact same thing. Bro, Republicans eat their own all the time. You're not going to call them a liberal. You're going to probably still vote for them if they have an R next to their name. Which, by the way, liberals, like, I mean... time to start lying. But that's what I'm saying though. It's just like it's crazy because that's the kind of world that we live in now. Like, I don't have time. Like, I can't stress enough. I live in the South. I've never encountered a completely democratic, liberal, leftist America before. I've never encountered that. I've lived in California. I lived in Central California. Like, and I remember driving between Hanford and Lemoore to actually go to work, and there was like this big old Trump sign. Like it was like in the middle of like a cornfield or something. And it would be like you would go from Hanford to Lemoore, and there would be like it's gigantic. It's really hard to miss. I used to tell myself I'm going to take a picture of that sign one day just to prove that there's Trump support in California. I lived in California. It's not all blue as these idiots like to say. And then what's really ironic is that like the same Republicans that they love talking about, well, if the Democrats have full control, then America is going to turn to California. But it's like California was considered has been pushed as this shining beacon of America for years. You talk about some of the greatest cities in America, they're going to say Los Angeles and then New York. Maybe New Orleans. But the fact remains though is that you can't be like. But it's like I've never had the chance. I've encountered more of a Republican ran America than a liberal ran America, and I hate Republican ran America because in Republican ran America, my life is in danger. Everything is expensive, and I'm angry all the time. I don't know what Democrat America is, but the way y'all make it sound like, well, Democrats are the opposite of us. Well, why can't we have more of that? Because you guys suck. you mean to tell me that like there's a chance that stuff could just be not expensive? You mean to tell me that there's a chance that stuff could actually lower in price? You mean to tell me that there's a chance that I don't have to worry about white supremacists everywhere? Why don't we have that? Well, that's the Democrats. The Democrats are all like that. Bro, you guys have all the power right now. And you guys have had all the power for as long as I've been alive. You can't immediately just say that's the Democrats every single time. You have to be held accountable for who you are and what you do. Either, if you're going to have all the power, take all the responsibility. And that's my biggest problem with these folks. It's like at the end of the day, they have all the power, they have all the don't take none of the responsibility, and all they do is say if anything bad happens, it's the other guys that did it. This is the most immature take ever. And I don't have time to like look at folks like this and be like, I don't have time to like look at folks like this and go, wow, they say that the other side is bad. I should totally like not support the other side. It's like both sides is just a Republican ploy to kind of hurt people who like it's basically saying, well, both sides are bad, so support my side because your side is terrible. Try supporting my side because you're, like, bro, I don't have a side. I just hate y'all. I hate y'all because I dealt with y'all the most. I've encountered you guys the most. I've lived in y'all America the most. I live in the South. Jim Crow is now legal in Mississippi. It was trying to make child marriage legal in Tennessee. Like they literally try to stop people from voting in Florida. Everything is expensive. Everything is expensive. Women are like these are things that now is gonna now you guys have all the power, all the free reign, all the authority, all the strength and everything like that. And the first thing that you're gonna say when anything goes wrong is, but actually the Democrats would have just made it worse, better than the Democrats. Better how, bro? Everything is expensive, and everything is expensive. Like you got to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and move forward and all this other stuff. And it's like, bro, I can't even bro. I've been applying for jobs for a long time now, and I basically been told we don't like how you look, so we can't hire you, or we don't like your resume, so we don't want to hire you, or you didn't go to college, so we ain't gonna hire you. Bro, how am I supposed to go to college? I ain't got no money. Like every single thing right now is like the only silver lining that I have at this moment right now is that every single bad thing that's going to happen in the next 4 years is going to be because of the Republicans. And they are going to try their best to say, yeah, but actually it's the Democrats' fault and blah, blah, blah. The Democrats. Bro, y'all literally have the Supreme Court, y'all got Congress, and y'all got the presidency. This is y'all America now. You don't get to say the Democrats anymore. You just don't. Y'all have federal control over the entire country. This is what you wanted. But it's like, yeah, both sides don't work on me. I've lived in Republican America too much. I didn't get a chance to have both options. I didn't get a chance to live in Republican America and Democrat America and say, I might take Republican America. I never had the opportunity to do that. I just lived in Republican America, dealt with Republicans, encountered them, argued with them, had conversations with them. They pop up more than any other person on the internet. To put this in perspective, right now, like Blue Sky and Threads was created because Twitter became a right-wing safe space. And Republicans are now going to Threads and Blue Sky to harass people on those sites. It's like these people, like for people who genuinely don't like safe spaces, they literally try to turn every aspect of everything into a safe space for them. Because they just want to annoy and harass everybody until they just get tired. Because they can't function without making life miserable for people that they don't like. And I am tired of acting like that's something that we just should not say. And I'm tired of just biting my tongue about it. I don't want to deal with these people anymore. I don't want to. And yet they're going to pop up anyway and just be like, deal with us. Every single stereotype that they have about the LGBTQ community, they are. And that's what makes me so mad about them. Every single stereotype that they have about the LGBTQ community is like, well, all the LGBTQ community do is they insert themselves into every space and try to turn it into everything that they do, and they're loud and they're annoying, and they, like, you replace the glitter and the makeup with MAGA hat. You replace with MAGA hats and a firearm that's capable of destroying a whole bunch of people in a short amount of time, and that's basically the Republican Party in general. I'm gonna lose subscribers for this. I'm probably not gonna be monetized anymore. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, I never really got a check from them anyway, so no big. And what the check is gonna be like, what, $20? But the fact of the matter is that like I'm tired of this idea that we can't talk about politics because we have to spare white supremacists' feelings, and like we have to be okay with these folks. Like America has the capabilities of becoming a greater country if we just stop trying to spare white supremacists' feelings and just tell them you can't sit with us. You guys have historically ruined everything on more than one occasion. You can't sit with us no more. Because if I have to deal with your side for the rest of my life, at the very least, I want to do it in peace. I'm just saying though, bro. It's I never we never had the opportunity to live in both sides of the. I never had the opportunity to live in both sides of the political spectrum. It's just been Republican and right wingers and conservatives and Republican and right wing and conservatives all my life. I never had the chance, and now you're gonna have somebody popping in like, well, I've lived with liberals and Democrats and all these other people all my life, and I can assure you they suck too. I'm not denying that, but I didn't get a chance to live that life, so I can't say for myself. I'm not the kind of person who's gonna read a review and be like, wow, this person has this person, like, I don't have to try the thing because I already got the review right here. No, I don't. No. I never had the opportunity to understand what it was like to live in a world like that. And it's too expensive for me to move to a place like that to actually do so because I don't have the money. I'm agitated because at the very core of I'm agitated because at the very core of both sides are bad. There's this disingenuous right leaning take to just basically say support us because we're not them. But I'm telling you, support nothing because you're not anything. If both sides, you can't say both sides are bad to me and expect me to take you seriously. I'm not. Like, I just don't like you. Make yourself likable. Make yourself better. Or if you're not going to do that, at least acknowledge the fact that that's not what you want to do. At least acknowledge the fact that you don't want to be likable. You just want to get your way. And be happy that you are. But also, hold yourself accountable when things go wrong. Don't blame the other side just because you guys suck now. Because you guys continue to suck. Because historically speaking, this has happened. All this crap has happened before. And it was bad then. And it's going to get even worse now. But I'm not trying to be hopeless about this. I'm basically saying if it's going to get bad, then we have to fight back. It's not over until we win. We as in poor people, minorities, women, people who have different religions, people who aren't rich white elderly dudes who cheat on their wives with unspeakable people. It's not over until we win. It's not over until the 98% win. It's not over until poor people win. Don't be hopeless. Now's a good time to start learning about stuff. We have much more power than we think that we do. But just know that there has never been both sides. There has never been two sides. The only people who's going to try to tell you that both sides are bad are people who's trying to get you to join their side. And usually those guys are right wingers. Don't trust the phrase. Well, rather, I'm not going to tell you don't trust the phrase. Just know that I don't trust the phrase. If you're going to talk to me and say, well, both sides are bad, I don't care, dude. I'm not a Democrat and I hate Republicans. Guess what? I already know. Love and peace, y'all.